So back when I was in college, I was a bit of a gym rat. Always, you could always find me in the rec center on campus there working out, and there was a woman there who absolutely had caught my eye. She was a college volleyball player. She also worked as a personal trainer at the gym, and as I did my research, we'll call it, on her, through some friends that knew her, found out she was also super smart. She was going for a double degree, 19 credits a term. I, on the other hand, was a bodybuilder, I was a cheerleader, and I was a frat guy. A bodybuilding, cheerleading frat boy, as she came to describe me later on. So, not exactly maybe a match made in heaven there, but I totally had fallen for this woman. I was finally got the guts up to ask her out. One day I'm walking out of the gym, and we pass each other. She's on her way in, and her name was Cinnamon. I said to her, "Hey, Cinnamon, you want to maybe grab a cup of coffee sometime?" And she looks at me and she says, "Yeah, that might work. I gotta go home and check my calendar first. I'll let you know." And at which point I realized I'd just been shot down. So I said, "Okay, cool. Yeah, checking the calendar. That works for me." And then I did what any normal guy would do. I completely avoided her for the next couple weeks. I changed my whole schedule up, made sure I was never at the gym at the same time. If there was somewhere on campus we'd run into each other, I avoided that spot. Standard stuff after you've been absolutely flattened by a girl you have a crush on. And it worked perfectly for about 3 weeks until one day I'm in the gym working out, and out of the corner of my eye, I see her come through the doors, and totally, I just panicked. Ran over to the cardio area where nobody would ever think to look for me. Grabbed some pink dumbbells I found and just start working out, anything to look busy and not be noticed. And right up until I felt a tap on my shoulder, turned around behind me, and she's standing there, and she says to me, "Hey, are we ever going to grab that coffee? I checked my calendar. I'm totally free." And I was absolutely floored. I mean, I had gone from being completely rejected to having somebody follow back up, and she wanted to have coffee with me. And it was a good thing she followed up, because about 3 months later, that coffee date went well. 3 months later, we moved in together. 7 months after that, we were engaged. And now, at this point, we've been married almost 10 years. So my future wife, because of me not being able to listen, weird that guys can't do that, I almost missed out on the whole relationship. So the reason all this comes up is that as I got into sales, same thing started happening again, where I'd be looking for or talking to new prospects, and I'd be hearing a lot of things. Like maybe I call someone on the phone, I'm talking about a new product we have, and I get the, really not interested right now, or now's not a good time. This came up a ton when I was doing commercial door-to-door and prospecting business owners, who would oftentimes tell me, "Listen, I'm just really busy right now. Now's not a great time." Or, "I'm not interested. I'm happy where I'm at, happy with what I have." To me, that was all, I was all someone telling me no. They were all doing it nicely, just like Cinnamon did when I first asked her out. They were being kind, but this was a pretty clear statement that this person was not interested in moving forward or working with me. Now, same thing that happened in my relationship was happening in my sales. I found out I was missing opportunities, so I started to take that lesson and really just listen to what people were saying. And this comes up a lot for my clients. For instance, I was working with a new guy recently who was just struggling with overwhelming rejection as he's going into businesses and trying to talk with the owner about what he does. And I said to him, I asked him the same question that I had to start asking myself after I might get one of these responses, which was, what did this person actually say to me? What did they literally say to me? And when I broke it down, somebody would oftentimes be saying, "Now is not a good time," or "I am not interested right now." Now, that's not somebody telling me no. That's somebody telling me that this moment in time is not good to have this conversation. And if I am, like I said, really literally listening to what they're saying and respecting this person, the obvious follow-up is, fantastic. When would be a good time? When should we get back together and talk about this? Or, now's not a good time, you're not interested. Are you not interested because we don't know enough yet? Are you not interested because you will never ever change vendors, change products? You're going to stick with this for the rest of your life? Or are you just not interested at this moment, and I should follow up with you in a few months and see if you're still happy or if our solution might work better for you? So when I started listening to what my clients were actually saying and not listening to my judgment or my interpretation of what they were saying, I found myself, frankly, overflowing with leads. So whether it's relationships, whether it's business, whatever it is, especially in sales, we've got to be careful to listen to what our clients say and not listen to what we tell ourselves our clients were saying.